This episode is brought to you by Wix. Go to wix.com/go/simplehistory to build a website today. Émile Loray, the electrician who escaped the desert by turning his car into a motorbike. 1993. The Sahara Desert is the largest desert in the world, covering over 3.6 million square miles. To give you an idea of the enormity of the scale, that's over 31 times bigger than the American state of Arizona. The story goes back to 1993, when a lone car was crossing the Moroccan part of the Sahara Desert called the Tarfaya Zone, an area that was dangerous for many reasons, including the fact that there was a tentative ceasefire in place between the Moroccan government and the local Polisario Front guerrillas. But the real danger in the area was that it was a harsh and brutal place with virtually no rain or foliage, where the temperature was extremely high. A seemingly endless desert with its flat, stony plain with its occasional sand dunes and saline depressions. The only point of reference on this featureless landscape was some distant mountains. So who was driving alone along a road in the middle of nowhere with only the occasional camel or sheep-laden truck passing by? Well, his name was Émile Loray, nicknamed by his friends the Doctor of African Mechanics. By trade, he was a French electrician who was currently on a road trip in his Citroën 2CV to explore and enjoy the Moroccan scenery. His trip had been uneventful so far until he passed through the village of Tlemcen. He was stopped by the Moroccan army, who told him for security reasons to turn around and head back to the town of Tantan that he had left some hours earlier. Not wanting to argue with them, he did as they ordered, but Émile was determined that his trip would not be interrupted. So after a few miles, he turned off the road to take a dirt track that circumvented the village by a roundabout route and would rejoin the main road after the village. The dirt track was heavy going on his vehicle, as it was an underpowered city car designed for trips around town, not a bumpy, unforgiving road. Then the inevitable happened. He hit a large rock in the middle of the road, wrecking the front of the car and breaking its axle. Suddenly, he found himself stranded in the middle of nowhere with little chance of rescue. Luckily, he had 10 days of food and water, and though he thought about walking the 10 miles back to the village, he realized there was another possibility. As crazy as it sounds, he could use his mechanical skills and the fully equipped toolkit along with the parts from his wrecked car to make a makeshift motorcycle. So for the next 12 days and 11 nights, he endured sandstorms and dust devils while he slaved away as he was cannibalizing his car. When the exhaustion or the heat got too much for him, he slept in the shell of the car, sheltered from the elements. Just as his food was running out and with just half a liter of water left, he had finally completed his two-wheel motorcycle, complete with suspension and an ignition system. The handlebars were made from the tube of the car's jack and covered in black tape for grip, while the bike's frame was made by cutting down the car's chassis, and a kickstand was made from the tank fill spout. The bike's saddle was constructed from the car front bumper and covered in insulation foam for comfort. Amazingly, though difficult to drive, it worked well enough to take him back to civilization, where ironically he was stopped and fined by the local police because his makeshift vehicle didn't match the original car's documents. He had even fixed the number plate to the vehicle, although this did not give him a pass. Émile Loray eventually went back to France and continued with his love of improvised mechanical conversions of Citroën 2CVs, including converting one to be the hull of a boat. And 26 years later, he still has his beloved Citroën motorcycle, and it's still in full working order. Émile Loray built a bike to get back to civilization, and you can build a great website with Wix, the website builder that gives you complete creative freedom. Go to wix.com/go/simplehistory to create a professional site regardless of your skill level. Wix has over 500 templates and will make your site responsive for mobile phones, with solutions for e-commerce, music, hotels, events, restaurants, and more. Build your own website and support our channel by going to wix.com/go/simplehistory or simply click the link in the description below.